Good morning, my dear students. So, in this sessions, we are going to learn second problem on the helical spring. A helical spring is made from a wire of 6 diameter. Diameter of this helical spring is given as 6 and it has outside diameter of 75 The outside diameter of a helical spring is given as 75 If the permissible shear stress is given as 350 megapascal and modulus of rigidity is given as 84 kilo Newton per square. Find the axial load which the spring can carry and deflection per acute turn we need to find out in this problem. Okay, first of all I will write the given data. Okay, so helical spring is made from a wire of 6 diameter. Diameter of this helical spring is given as how much? 6 So it's D equal to 6 Okay dear, and has a outside diameter of 75 The outside diameter, it is represented by DO is how much? 75 If the permissible shear stress is 350 megapascal, the permissible shear stress is given as 350 megapascal. So we know very well 1 megapascal is equal to 1 Newton per square. So we can represent 350 Newton per square. And okay, and modulus of rigidity, it is represented by capital G. So modulus of rigidity is represented by G. How much is given? 84 kilo Newton per square. 84 kilo Newton per square. So we need to convert 84 as it is. Kilo means 10 power of 3 Newton per square. So find the axial load which the spring can carry and the deflection per acute turn we need to find out in this problem. I will draw the figure, then you can easily understand. Okay dear. This is the axis of the helical spring. Okay. Okay, so let us see over here. In this case, helical spring is made from a wire of 6 diameter. The diameter of this wire, so this is diameter, the diameter of the wire, so it is represented by small d is how much? 6 is given, and outside diameter is given as 75 So this one is outside diameter, this portion outside diameter, it is represented by DO is 75 So in the median, this one, what we can say here, mean diameter. What we can say? Mean diameter. It is represented by capital D. we need to find out. As well as here this one, inside one, what we can say, inside diameter, it is represented by di. Okay dear. Then the first of all we need to find out the mean diameter, we need to find out. So how to find out? We know very well the mean diameter always equal to outer diameter minus inner diameter, or we can say as mean diameter equal to outer diameter minus wide diameter, we can say. Okay here, we know that mean diameter of the spring then outer diameter should be equal to, mean diameter equal to outer diameter minus wide diameter, or you can say that D plus D equal to outer diameter. Outer diameter should be equal to the which one dear? Mean diameter. This is mean diameter plus wide diameter. Outer diameter is equal to mean diameter plus wide diameter, nothing but outer diameter. But in this case what we need to find out? We need to find out the mean diameter. For that reason D equal to outer diameter minus wide diameter. So we can say as that is a formula of mean diameter of the spring. Okay dear. So outer diameter, how much is given here? 75 is given. How much is given? 75 is given. Minus wide diameter, how much is given? 6 mm is given. 75 minus of 6, how much you will get here? 69 mm. So this is D indicate the mean diameter of the spring is given as 69 mm. Okay dear. After that, if you are getting the value of wide diameter and mean diameter, you can easily find out the value of spring index. So what is the value of, what is the formula of spring index dear? Spring index, we know the formula, C equal to capital D by small d. Capital D nothing but mean diameter by wire diameter. Okay dear. So here mean diameter how much you got here? 69 mm, and wire diameter how much you got it here? 6 mm. If you are divide 69 by 6, then you will get the 11.5 mm. Because spring index, they don't have any unit, because the diameter, mean diameter, the unit is mm and small d wide diameter value is in mm. If you are cancel this term, then don't have any unit. So we can say as spring index, they don't have any unit, or we can say as it is a dimensionless unit. Okay dear. So after the getting of spring index, the first thing is, in the first case, we need to find out, neglect the effect of curvature. In the second case, we need to find out the considering the effect of curvature, from which we need to find out the value of deflection per acute turn. We need to find out in this case. In the first case, we need to neglect the effect of curvature. Okay. So what is the formula of shear stress here? We know very well regarding the formula of shear stress factor. Shear stress factor formula is Ks is equal to 1 plus 1 by 2C. Okay dear. So Ks nothing but shear stress factor equal to 1 plus 1 by 2 into C value is how much? Spring index value 11.5. So if you calculate with the help of calci, then you will get the value is 1.043. 1.043, this is the value of spring stress factor value. 1.043. After that, what we need to find out? We need to find out the value of W. We can easily find out the value of W with the help of maximum shear stress induced in the wire. Maximum shear stress induced in the wire. So already we learned this formula in the first problem. So what is the formula is that here? Tau equal to Ks, shear stress factor, into 8 into load into mean diameter by pi into d cube. Is it right? So in this case we know the value of tau. Tau how much is given? The shear stress factor value is given as 350 Newton per mm square value is given. So we can represent here 350. So what is the value of Ks? 1.043. 1.043 into 8. So what is the value of W? Because we don't know the value of W, we need to find out the value of W. Is it right? So I will write here W into D, nothing but what we can say, mean diameter. How much we got here? 69 mm by pi into D 69 mm whole cube. So if you calculate with the help of calci, then you will get the value is 350 equal to, you need to calculate in this way, 1.043 into 8 into 69 divided by 3.142 into 69 whole cube. If you calculate with the help of calci, then you will get the value is 0.848 W. Okay dear? So if you divide 350 by 0.848, then you will get the value of W. So you have to divide in this way, 350 by 0.848 equal to W. So W how much we got here? W value is 412.7 Newton. How much? 412.7 Newton. Again, what we need to find out? We need to find out the deflection of the spring. We need to find out. Okay dear? So we know that deflection of the spring formula, we know that deflection of the spring formula is delta equal to 8W into d cube into n by g into d power of 4. So in this case we don't know the value of delta, okay, we don't know the value of n. If you divide delta by n, so what we can say? Deflection per active turn. What we can say here? Deflection per active turn. So like this, you need to divide like this, cross multiply here, delta by n equal to 8W into d cube by g d power of 4. So this equation, what we can say, delta by n equal to 8W d cube by g into d power of 4, we can say as deflection. It's visible? Okay. Deflection per active turn. What we can say here? Per active turn we can say. Then delta by n, we don't know the value. delta by n we can say as deflection per actual turn is equal to, we know the value of W, we know the value of D, we know the value of G, as well as we know the value of small d. If you are substitute this value and then after that you will get the answer. 8 is constant value. W, just now we got it how much? 412.7 Newton. 412.7 Newton into capital D value how much is there? 69 whole cube by modulus of rigidity how much you got here? 84 into 10 power of 3 Newton per mm square, and small d value how much we got here? 6. Small d nothing but diameter of the wire, 6 power of 4. If you calculate with the help of calci, then you will get the answer is 9.96 mm. So that is the value of delta by n. Delta by n nothing but deflection per acute turn equal to 9.96 mm. Okay. After that, in the second case second, we need to considering the effect of curvature. Effect of curvature. Okay, so we know that the formula of Wahl's stress factor, we know that the formula of Wahl's stress factor K equal to 4C minus of 1 by 4C minus of 4 plus 0.615 by C. Okay dear? So 4 as it is, C how much we got here? 11.5. So that is the value of spring index. 11.5 minus of 1 by 4 into 11.5 minus of 4 plus 0.615 by 11.5. So if you calculate, then you will get the value of Wahl's stress factor value. K equal to how much? 1.123 you will get. So after that, we need to find out the maximum shear stress. How much is induced in a wire, we need to find out. Okay. So we know that maximum shear stress induced in the wire. Okay, so we know the formula, tau equal to K, nothing but Wahl's stress factor into 8 into load into spring index by pi into d square. Okay dear? So here Wahl's stress factor value how much we got here? 1.123 into 8. We don't know the value of W as it is, into C. C how much we got here? C value, spring index we got as 11.5 by pi into d square values how much? D nothing but diameter of the wire, 6 whole square. Shear stress how much we got here? 350. Is it right? 350 megapascal is given in the questions. So if you divide this value like this, 1.123 into 8 into 11.5 by 3.142 into 6 power of 2, then you will get the value is 0.913 W, that is the value of 350. If you divide 350 by 0.913, then you will get the value of W. Okay. Is it visible? Okay. So 350 by 0.913 equal to W. So if you divide this value 350 by 0.913 with the help of calci, then you will get the answer is 383.4 Newton. That is the value of W. Okay dear, after getting the value of W, actually in this case we need to find out the deflection per hectoliter we need to find out. Is it right? So we know the formula of deflection of the spring. Deflection of the spring. So what is the formula here? Delta equal to 8 into W d cube into n by g into d power of 4. Is it right? So actually what we need to find out in this case, we need to find out the deflection per hectoliter. Is it right? So for that reason, if you want to find out the deflection per hectoliter, if you want to find out, then you need to divide by delta by n. Deflection per hectoliter. Just you need to divide here. Delta by n equal to 8W d cube by g into d power of 4. Okay. So 8 is as it is. What is the value of W? 383.4 into capital D value is 69 power of cube by modulus of rigidity is given as 84 into 10 power of 3 is given, and D value is given as 6 power of 4. So if you calculate with the help of calci, then you will get the answer is 9.26 mm. So that is the value of deflection per hectoliter we are solved with the help of this formula. Okay, so in this problem we have understood that regarding the neglect the effect of curvature, with the help of neglect the effect of curvature we find out the value of deflection per hectoliter, as well as considering the effect of curvature we find out the value of deflection per hectoliter. The deflection hectoliter is given as delta by n equal to 9.26 mm. Is it right? I hope so. No one is having the doubt regarding these sessions. If you have the small doubt regarding these sessions, please write down in the comment box, and please like, subscribe and share my video. Thank you.